Okay, running this plus 10 King's Rest. As Resto Druid, this is my talent setup. Just using the Wowhide build. And this is a guild group plus one friend of a guildie. Gonna be doing healing out loud commentary for this. Talking through things as I go.
5.
And explaining my thought process and whatnot in live time.
1. Five, four, three, two.
Okay, to start here, I'm going to go ahead and load up the tank with a bunch of hots, and then I remember these ads here. Fear, we do not have a purge, so we'll just have to CC them or something. Go ahead and throw down Ursul's Vortex. Oh my gosh. No, Riv! Now! Oh, that sucks. Okay, this is going to be rough. Okay, so I'll just pull this guy into the other one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Convoke. I use Nature Swiftness on myself to go ahead and pop myself up a little bit. Get Life Bloom stacked up. Because of our new Overgrowth talent. Go ahead and use our Racial. Just going to keep using Swiftmend, make sure that I'm not overcapping on stacks. We'll use our Heart of the Wild. I cannot soothe that Enrage, that sucks. I'm going to go ahead and Tranquility. Use Swiftmend on Wild Growth that was about to expire. Move out of that real quick. Keeping Swiftmend on myself here for the increased cleave healing, kind of like how we play for Raid. I am going to go ahead and Bark Skin. Riv, use Swiftmend on him. I'm a lot more willing to use Swiftmend to spot heal this season because it doesn't extend hots and stuff like that. The only real reason to use it on yourself is for Implant. This talent right here. It'll put a Symbiotic Bloom on yourself, guaranteed, which will increase the cleave healing of Everbloom. So there's a lot more decision making this season to be done with Swiftmend, a lot more flexibility on how you can use it. Okay, using Swiftmend there for the... Oh! Yikes. The only non-negotiable about Swiftmend is you must have Life Bloom active. So, and it's not even like last season where you can, you know, double check, and if you don't have Life Bloom active, you have a chance to go ahead and put it on before you consume Soul of the Forest. Now, when you Swiftmend, that's the trigger for Everbloom. It used to be when you consume Soul of the Forest. Now, as soon as you push Swiftmend, it procs Everbloom. So you want to make sure that you have Life Bloom up, it has not fallen off, before you press Swiftmend. Rebuff Mark of the Wild since we had some deaths. Getting some Lua errors, so I'm going to need to disable those at some point if I can remember. It's not really affecting my frames or anything, so I'm not too worried about it right now. Looks like you can shapeshift that Shadow Frost bolt off, which is nice. The slow from it. Okay, gold drops come back here. I'm gonna stack hots up on myself in stealth. We'll lust this. I'm the lust to this dungeon.
Let its darkness fill you.
Drums. Okay, dropping the gold back. Like there, my Swiftmend, my lifeline fell off right before I Swiftmend. Swiftmended it. Just feels like you have to lifeline so much more now, since it doesn't get extended. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and use Ursul's. Try to make sure everything stays grouped up.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of
I'm gonna go ahead and use my Heart of the Wild. We'll use Convoke defensively to heal up here. Use Tranquility. Deal with that 2 target damage. We'll use Wild Growth here, and then rely on our Everbloom healing for the rest of it. Nice. Wild Growth is a lot more mana intensive. I mean, it's always been mana intensive, but it is even more so this season. So I do not recommend just pushing it willy-nilly like I did last season. I recommended that for the Pug-proof build. Instead, really just pushing it if there's group healing that needs to be done. It also has a nice benefit of providing everybody with a hot that you can Swiftmend, so you don't have to worry about if a target has a hot or not to be Swiftmended.
yes. Feed,
You're just ready to go.
all of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Dispelling the poisons here. I'm going to be watching for shoot. You see it's on Zulikan. I can go ahead and prep up something. Prep up a regrowth or something. Be ready for that damage to hit. Okay, I have Heart of the Wild ready, so I'm going to go ahead and stealth. Go ahead and get that used. We'll use our Racial. I'm going to go ahead and use an offensive Convoke. Just trying to get as many 5-stack rips as I can. 5-point rips, I should say. I'm looking for people with bleeds here. You're going to be stacking them with extra hots. I'm going to go ahead and use Nature Swiftness to move Lifeline back to myself to deal with this ticking damage across the group. Again, anytime there's big group-wide damage, I'm going to be moving Lifeline most likely to myself. Play it more like raid style. Okay, spreading out our rakes here. And just getting out a 5-stack rip. Make sure. I did not have Lifeline out for that Swiftmend. That stinks. There wasn't much healing to do in that moment anyways, so it's okay. Go ahead and Stampeding Roar this. I have 3 stacks of Lifeline already up on breaks, so I'm not really going to worry about moving it right now. I'm just going to leave it. Just let it sit.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
I mentioned there's a lot of nuance to Swiftmend now. Some little tricks that you can do is you can Swiftmend right after you wild growth, and that will make sure that you're not consuming one of your rejuves, because it will remove a regrowth and then prioritize a wild growth after that. So if you wild growth, then you're for sure not going to be removing a regrowth, which is nice. Another thing that you can do is if you have Life Bloom on yourself, you can Swiftmend yourself after you cast a regrowth on somebody else. So for example, right here, I regrowth on break and Swiftmend myself, and I remove the regrowth that got put on myself from rampant growth. Right here. Regrowth also applies to your Life Bloom targets. So if you Swiftmend right after you push regrowth, you know that you're going to have a regrowth on yourself for sure. So you can remove it. You can also Swiftmend a target that you just regrowth and kind of use that as a 1-2 combo. So like regrowth somebody and then Swiftmend them, and you'll remove the hot of the Swiftmend that you just put on them. You'll remove the regrowth hot that you just put on them.
Thousands of years ago, a blood contagion almost wiped out the Zandalari. As the dead choked the temple,
Alright, we'll go ahead and use our racial here. I'm going to use my pot and Heart of the Wild on this construct. Watching our feet.
it will have no problem disposing of you.
And I'm just going to sit on these combo points for a little bit until his rip goes down a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to save it for the next blow, I think. Then I can start off with big bleeds on one target. We'll go ahead and stealth. Okay, I'm going to wild charge in here, use my stealth rake. I think I can go ahead and use an offensive convoke just fine. And I'm going to put a rake, or a rip on somebody else with those combo points I just generated. Alright, Zai is getting entombed, but let's see which one he's in. He's in that one, so we can just release him right away. You can watch for that warning, and then as soon as the entomb cast goes off, they should be spamming their button to know which one it is, and if you're standing centrally, you can be ready to let them out.
Yes,
And that honestly should be a healer job.
all of you, feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Speaking of which, I think he got released into a swirly. Yeah, he got released out of the tomb directly into a puddle. That sucks. We'll have Lust in 75. I'm probably going to just go ahead and pop it when it's available. This fight sucks. I don't know, we'll see how low he is. Okay, let's use our Heart of the Wild here. And I'm just going to blanket everybody with hots here, leading into this drain fluids. I use my Soul of the Forest there on a regrowth because it's good for spot healing.
Yes, feed
The vast majority of the time,
all of
I'm using my Soul of the Forests on
void.
rejuves because it has more value in general. But when there's spot healing that needs to be done, regrowth Soul of the Forest is awesome. And it cleaves. Okay, Entomb, let's see who it goes on. Nice. Okay, gonna rip. I'm gonna go ahead and put Iron Bark on break there. Let's make sure we still have Life Bloom up. Gotta make sure we always keep that up. He's running that out. It's on Zai. Drain fluids. Let's go ahead and convoke this. I'm going to stand pretty far back to bait the puddles away from the group. Everybody's got rejuice, so I'm just going to send the Soul of the Forest on a regrowth. He's running that out. Nice bubble.
Feed. All of you. Feed on the void.
Stack up for this affix. All the way across the room. Zai's got it. Okay, I'm going to... Use... Oh, he's dead. No, I was going to use a B-res there, but... Okay, cool. He released, as he should. I'm not sure what killed him there. I'm not sure if that was something that I could have prevented, or if that was a... Based on what he just said, I think it was a failure mechanic, so I think we're okay. There was a lot of damage to heal there, but I think it overlapped with something avoidable. I'm going to dispel him and shapeshift that slow off of myself. We're going to use our Swiftmend to put out some chunky rejuice. Shapeshift again. Oh gosh. Use our Convoke to handle this. I'm going to go ahead and do another Swiftmend into Rejuve to get some strong Rejuves out on the group. We have Heart of the Wild back, so I'm going to use that next pull. Just using Swiftmend to spot heal.
Feed. All of you.
Stack up a little bit here so we can pop these affixes immediately. I'm going to go ahead and... I don't think we need to lust this. We'll lust the next boss. Maybe this is the lust, I don't know. It's too late now, though. I'm not a lust class player, so I don't know. And we agreed they were going to ping me when they wanted it. And they have not been pinging me, so I just kind of have to guess. Okay, life limit fell off. Let's put it back on myself. I'm stacking up rejuves on myself for the increased cleave healing. Let's go ahead and use Convoke because we need to heal the entire group as we're moving. It's a nice way to do that. Bloodthirsty Axe. Okay, so it's a big bleed. Let's get our racial on cooldown. We use Nature Swiftness to stack Life Bloom up to 3 stacks and get everything rolling on myself there, and that was low, so it's a nice big heal from regrowth. I'm curious what Overgrowth does if I use Nature Swiftness to battle res somebody. I'm wondering, I bet it just waits until my next regrowth, and then it puts the hots on that target. Curious though, I don't actually know. Woo. Yeah, but fortunately, I already had Iron Bark on break there, so took the dish damage from that. Stampeding Roar everybody away from those whirling axes. Okay, we'll go ahead and riz him. Ripped there. I think this is just a soak now. I'm gonna bear form just in case though, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure they changed that from... It used to, like, you'd charge through everybody and you'd have to stand in between, but they changed it to just a They changed it to generic soak. So I'm pretty sure it's just a generic soak now.
Blood and bone.
Here's the soak. He's gonna bubble it. Nice. Bubble enjoyer. Okay, we'll lost this.
Even in death you cannot succeed. Stand aside and witness greatness. There is no antidote for this poison.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
The elements answer my call.
The mini boss is harder than this guy, so.
Here comes the pain.
Soak this.
There is no antidote
Oh!
for this poison.
Oh my gosh, I can't even stand to cast Tranquility with those circles. Abhorrent Totem. This is a big purge dungeon. Looks like you can just purge that to kill it.
There is no antidote for this poison. Here comes the pain.
Okay, we're soaking here. Gonna go ahead and go bear. Nice.
Far from these imbeciles. Silence, prophet of lies! I spent my life resisting your master, only for you to bind me to his will and death. These intruders will die, but I need not listen to your prattling while I make it so. Complain all you like, my king, but you should have realized there was no escaping Gahoon.
Yes, feed. All of you, feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Okay, so those have to run out. As the healer, you should be looking for the circles that spawn. This one shoots a beam to it. The other one can be melee. Gotta make sure that those ads don't touch you if you're the one soaking these, because it'll fear you off of it and kill everybody. I think it was a good call to lust that. Okay, we'll start off in stealth here so that we can go ahead and get an empowered rake. We'll pot. Get our empowered rip.
Come, my dear Rabban.
Now we got a decent amount of damage out. We can just focus on healing now for a little bit.
None can withstand my blade. I will shred your flesh.
We'll go ahead and Stampeding Roar to get everybody out of those circles.
This is why I am king, and you are nothing.
And I'm just gonna make sure that we've got rejuves up on everybody. Just we honestly can pretty much keep that covered just by casting Swiftmend on cooldown into rejuves. That covers just about the vast majority of it. I'm just gonna move over here. And we're gonna convoke this.
This is why I am king, and you are nothing.
This work? Scared. I'm gonna bear. It did not work.
I will shred your flesh.
We get our life bloom back up. I'm gonna go far. Go bear just for a little bit of extra. Ah! Oh my gosh. We have 2 B reses, so we'll just go ahead and send those. That was very claustrophobic. Probably could have afforded to run far there.
King, and you are nothing.
Uh-oh, we're split. Let's go to the far side.
I will shred
I'm
you.
gonna use Convoke here. Please, Riv. I'm just gonna go far here.
Mortals, scrabbling after any.
This is why I am king, and you are nothing. You have
Nice.
Our agreement stands for now.
There's probably some super optimal movement people are gonna find out for that, but
puppet in a larger plan.
as it was on my first King's Rest of the season, that was a bit of a
Zoro
cluster.
will not rest
So,
until all the
all right.
world is in the blood
Nice.
god's grip.
Let's check out overall
Your kingdoms as well.
damage breakdown,
You must
lots of
fight
rip,
him.
and healing breakdown.